Hello YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Michael Onuorah from Empire Trading, and it's yet another weekly forecast in the markets, in the Forex market. So let's get straight to it. Last trading week, we experienced massive events in the Forex market, in the market entirely, Forex indices and stocks, because of the news releases that were given in the market. They were released in the market. Fed hiking their rate by 75 basis points, having 3.25 as their current interest rate. Bank of England hiking also their rates, and so forth. So let's head to the fundamentals to see the fundamentals that happened last week. We saw the Fed hike rates. We saw the Fed hike their rates by on Wednesday last week, and also the Bank of England also hiking their rates too, and the flash manufacturing PMI. These news events had a very drastic effect on the currencies related to it. So created massive drops, or massive effects rather, in the currencies that we have on our watch list. Now, this upcoming week, let's look at what we should be expecting in the fundamentals. Okay. Monday, Italian parliamentary election. Not so important. We have Thursday, the Canadian GDP release. And so forth. So let's head down to the technicals. So first is our AED. USD. AED USD. Or monthly. We're still in the bearish direction and in bearish momentum. Market keeps selling. Fundamentals supporting and favoring the buyers and everything. So on the monthly we could see some push. We could see some push to the downside, creating more lows and lows. So it's we just plot out some this monthly support here. That monthly support, this is the first, because this is the monthly demand area where price can come into and have some reactions, like a minor pullback or a major pullback, if you may. So more sales to the downside on AED USD on the monthly time frame. So let's head down to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, what do you have on the weekly time frame? We can see a clearer picture of it. Market heading down, creating more lower lows, higher highs and lower highs creating lower lows, and so forth. So we have this support level, this weekly demand area, also known in the monthly demand, also a monthly demand area. So this price region, or this zone here in the market, could be of massive importance and massive effect. Could have a massive effect in the market. AED retracing from there or pulling back rapidly from there. So before that, or until that rather, we should be seeing massive drops and more sales in the market. So we are in a bearish market. In a bearish market, expecting more sales. We should be expecting more sales in the AED USD. Now let's break it down. Let's break it down to the intraday. Let's break it down to the intraday aspect. So we have a daily demand area, supply area, if you may, supply area above there, and down to the 4 hour we could see this lower lower high created around here. So price having to plot out this supply area, this supply region here, price pulling back to this whole entire region here, then we could continue selling to the downside. So some sort of price pulling back in this manner, coming back to this supply area, then continuation to the downside. We have a general bias, which is sells. Bearish direction in major currencies like Euro USD, GP USD, USD, NZD USD, and so forth. So now any pullback to a demand or supply area, any pullback to a bargain price should be a potential setup or opportunity in the market, if you mean. So we have AED USD having to pull back to this area here, where we could see some sort of short position building around here. So we could see markets also trying to even trade lower, but it's the markets, we just react to it. But at the current state of the market, this is what I will be expecting to see in this upcoming week, because we'll be wanting to see some sort of pullback, so at least balance the market a little bit, some sort of pullback. So if market pulls back to this region, this is where we are looking to short. We short or we long at bargain prices, at the best prices. We short and long from a potential lower high, we short and buy from a lower high or a higher high region. Market pulling back to those areas is a very nice idea or nice setup to capitalize on. So that's that on the AED USD. Down to our 1 hour, we could break it down and see a clearer picture of it, of how price could just potentially come up here, and we see some sells to the downside. On gold, same. Gold, we have a general bias on gold. Last week on my weekly forecast, I talked about how gold broke this monthly support and started closing below it. So we should be seeing more sales in gold as it has broken this monthly support region around here. So down to the weekly, we have a clearer picture of this and where gold could pull back to. If we look back in last week 2020, we saw this momentum push to the upside. Now price coming to close or fill this gap here, it's something very, very obtainable and something very visible I can see. So price trading below and creating more lows to fill up this gap here, or you can call it imbalance rather. This imbalance here would be of massive possibility. So down to the daily, now we have a general bias, which is what sells in the market, sells in the market. So down to the daily, you could see that it will just plot out our daily demand areas and supply areas in the market, where we can have a clearer picture of the market in an intraday basis. So if we have this lower high region created around here with some weak rejection to the downside, weak closure to the downside, then at the 4 hourly, what can we see on the 4 hourly? We have our liquidity grab areas on the 4 hourly region, or what's consolidating areas. I mentioned in my previous video the importance of consolidating areas or ranging areas in the market. Those areas are areas where market tends to come back to and have a massive or an effect to, or have to react to, because of those areas are like ranging. Those areas where market money was being picked up for the market before it drops. So if you see some sort of structure like this, let me just demonstrate it now. Let's see, we have a range. Let's say we have a range around here. So range like this, market ranging upward, in upward sense, up down, up down, then a breakout. So market coming back to retest this region here, this initial range region, could be a setup, and it sets up here, or a trade opportunity around there. So that's the idea. Of all this. So on gold, we saw on gold now we have a general buyer, which is sells. Buys having taken buys in this market we just have to be a pullback, but the general buyers now, it's to the downside as the fundamentals favors it. So on gold, you could just plot out this region here where we saw price trade below up. So if you have this, so gold trading back to this region above here, like a pullback. Let's say Sydney and Asian session pullback, or London session pullback, then we could see some sales to the downside, or some sales to the downside. This is the setup. This is so simple in the aspect of having a general buyers and just wanting market to pull back to some supply and demand areas where you could just take positions from. Those type of setups are like the best type, because you're moving with the trend, you're moving where the market's flow is, where the money flow is. So with no stress, and keeping it very simple. So that's a good idea. On gold. DXY, we analyzed on the monthly on how DXY keeps soaring, creating the highest high it's created in a couple of years. So it's the last time USD was around this high was 2002, and that was years back, like 20 years ago. So the dollar hike, the interest rate hike by the Fed keeps making the dollar to soar higher. Now, interest rate, if you don't know what these interest rates and why they are hiking it, they are basically hiking it because they are trying so hard to control the inflation in the country. Now, this inflation is affecting everything, and the best way the Fed can control this is by hiking their rates, so it could at least come down to their target, close to their target, like 2% or 3% or 4% would be better. So, but it's around 9.9%, I think so. The highest inflation it's had in years. So that's the reason why the Fed keeps hiking their rates, because they have no choice. Now, the monthly time frame, you could see market soaring higher and higher. It has broken this monthly resistance. So what should we be seeing in the market? As market keeps going up, market cannot just keep going up like that. There should be some sort of pullbacks in the market. So now we should be expecting some pullbacks in the market, maybe this coming week. Now some pullbacks, but we have a general buyers and general trend buyers in our head, which is the long side, as you can see in the higher time frame. So in the weekly time frame, we should just be expecting some pullbacks market some pullbacks in the market. So some pullbacks where price could drop, then we have our other longing opportunity above. So if you have this before last week I thought I said we were wanting to see some pullback around here in dollar, but it's just respect ranged around there and had a very massive push to the upside. But I said something previously about ranges in the market before a breakout. Now this was a range, like 4 days range in the market before a break. So market coming back to revisit these areas for pullbacks and potential trade opportunities. So we'll be wanting market to pull back. If you can't catch the pullback, then wait for the proper move or the buyers. So market pulling back to this daily this daily key area here will be some potential long opportunities on, or rather in dollar. So something very simple, just break and retest idea. So in the 1 hour we have a clearer picture of this market pulling back to this region here, where we could see some pullback to the upside, or a continuation to the upside. But one thing we have to have in our head is that market doesn't move up forever, it doesn't move down forever. So it moves in a wave like manner. So pullbacks is something we should be expecting in this market, in this maybe this current week, this week, next week, or weeks to come. So that's Euro NZD. So Euro NZD, now it's quite very, I like the price action I'm seeing on this pair. So on the monthly time frame, we have some monthly key resistance here, where price reacted above and dropped below and stuff so we have this. And on the monthly time frame, so what should we be expecting in the monthly time frame? We'll be expecting some pullbacks for sales opportunity, for sales on Euro NZD. So moving to the weekly time frame, can we see on the weekly time frame, we have this weekly area here. Let's change the color to something of, let's say, green. Oh no, that's bad. Let's change the color to something like this. We have this weekly area around here where price is currently trading from. I think if you change it to the psychological number, that'll be 69. Yes, 1.69 region. So that's where price is trading around. Now if you notice, price closed below that key weekly area, and also a psychological area in the market, and also a psychological price level. So moving down to the daily, on the daily time frame, we're intraday, so we can have it on our intraday buyers. We have market engulfing closing in some sort of engulfing pattern, and some weak rejections the previous day after the engulfing pattern. So what should I be seeing on this pair? I will be expecting markets to at least have some pullback to the upside a little bit before some shorts to the downside. So I'm having a general short bias on Euro NZD. So moving to the 4 hour, we have our supply regions around here. Where where we could just potentially see price trading. So last week I had a short opportunity around here where I mentioned in my technical Thursday video. So you see market is in some sort of range around here. So how could we see market react now to? You see market trading around this region. You just see some pullbacks to the upside. Some pullbacks to the upside. Some pullbacks to the upside around here. This region here. Then we have some shorting opportunity around here. So you just see markets pulling back to that upside and having a short opportunity around there. So something like this to downside. So this Euro NZD setup shots on the Euro NZD just pull back to the upside where we just see proper price confirmations too. We just see proper price confirmations, then we head down. We keep heading down and down, at least to this previous higher lows or higher low region. This is my first target. This will be my first target on this trade opportunity. This will be my first long-term target before we just see market dropping further below. So on GPAUD, very massive trade opportunity here. You could see that GPAUD has some very nice very nice price action here, and it's something very easy to understand. Monthly support broken. After monthly support broken, price closing below those monthly supports, this previous where it was trying to hold price around here, but it was broken last month. That was August, closed below it. Then we just saw some pullbacks to the upside, then further push the downside. Now having this region, let's plot out this other region here, this monthly support or demand area here. This is the area where I am looking at GBP AUD heading to. So GBP AUD heading to this monthly region here would be a very visionable idea on this pair. Now we can see that GBP AUD is closed very bearish last week. So this is like let's say a turning point, at least a turning point for GBP AUD, this monthly demand area. This is a turning point for GBP AUD. Or you can just come look for the closest psychological number or psychological price area around there where could just resonate with the price action around there. So let's just say 1.62. So GBP AUD trading to 1.62. GBP AUD trading to 1.62. It's a very nice target to it. So we should be having further sales, more sales now. This is more sell buyers on GBP AUD on the long term basis. So on the weekly time frame, we have a clearer picture of this. Weekly time frame creating lower high, lower low formation price action, just normal market structure. How you can see it's created a low, lower high, created a low, lower high, created a low, lower high, then a low. So we should just see some pullbacks to the upside this upcoming week, then see further push the downside. So on the daily, how can we now break this down? Now we already have in our head that we just want to see pullbacks, like a wave like pattern, markets pulling back to demand and supply areas. Now I want market to pull back to this demand area here, so we could just have some drop to the downside, see further drop to the downside. And on the intraday basis, how can we have this attainable? So if you have this our previous daily price action around here, where this daily support area here, where we saw price first created a high, then respected it by making it a resistance and a resistance point here. So this is a very a key area on the daily time frame. So if you move to the 4 hour, within 4 hours, I won't be surprised if market opens with a very massive pullback to the upside, because it has to balance itself to continue in the desired position. So on GPAUD, I will want to see a push to the upside, just some sort of pullbacks. I'll be expecting to see that. So what I will do, I will watch out for market open. If market could just create some buy opportunities around here, I have a gap. We can call it an imbalance, whatever you call it. I call it gaps. These are gaps in the market that needs to be filled up. So now I have a gap above there. I know that yes, I want price to trade above here, at least fill up the gap 50% or at least 100%, then a continuation to the desired direction. So price forming some demand areas around here, some demand areas around here. Then we could see some push to the upside, longs to the upside, or before that, push to the upside. What are we seeing currently in the market? Just major supply areas and resistance, if you may. So price trading above there, pulling back to this region here will be a very nice trade opportunity on GBP AUD. So some sort of trading up, then continuation to the downside. But first, I won't want to disregard the fact of having a trade opportunity to the upside. How? Because I already know that it has to pull back. So if I see a proper pullback, and proper entry for a pullback, I will want to trade the pullback. But I don't know what markets will do. I don't know how markets will react to that. I don't know how markets will create opportunities for that. But rather, we'll just wait and see how we could just have some reactions in the market. So USD card on the monthly time frame. You could see here USD card heading to 1.36500 region. More buys to the upside. At least at this area, we could see some pullbacks to the downside. I won't be surprised. All I'm just looking for right now is pullbacks in the market. This is some pullbacks. So on the daily time frame, push the upside, creating new highs. So there was some higher. There was a supply area here created here, or resistance. Price creating some resistance around there where it tried to short from, but rather it broke above there and retested it to go to the upside. So you can have price just having a minor pullback like this, pulling back to this region here. Then we have some longs to the upside, or long to this monthly key area here. Then we could just see the price dropping from there to the downside on USD card. Not too much. GBUSD monthly time frame, more sales to the downside, keeps telling us that it's heading down. So bearish bias on the monthly time frame. On the weekly time frame, see better bearish could see it's bearish bias, but we have weekly supply area here on the weekly basis. So now I have that on the weekly time frame. So what should we be expecting now on the daily time frame? We'll just be waiting for some sort of pullbacks, waiting and relaxing, waiting patiently for the pullbacks, because it's been dropping massively. So we're waiting for some pullbacks, then continuation to the upside. But we can't just take buys from anywhere. We have to wait for price to create opportunities for us in the market. We have to wait for price to create opportunities for us. So heading down to the 4 hourly market trading, creating some buy opportunity around here, then we just see some longs to fill up these gaps here, then market, then continuation to the downside for a sell, long-term buyers sell until the sentiment in the market changes. Then we just see a general fundamental change in the market, or fundamental buyers in the market for USD based currencies. So euro dollar, quite some type of quite identical price action here, monthly to the downside. Price comfortably trading below 1.0 per dollar. 1 euro M, that's price trading below $1. So it's comfortably trading below there, so there's no like panic, okay, this could potentially just move up, or price is comfortably trading below there, as we can see. So more sales to the downside until the sentiment in the market changes. So how can we see this now? We have our weekly areas here where we saw some support, which later turned resistance, then moved to the downside. I said this in other pairs, I'll be expecting some pullbacks, just some minor pullbacks. Yeah, major pullbacks rather, at least to balance the market. So seeing this on the daily time frame. So how can we spot this on the daily time frame? If we have our daily support areas here, this support area where price closed below and created a shorting opportunity around there and kept on moving to the downside. I said this in my technical tools, we just wait and see price trading back to supply areas, then having to short from there. So that's what we had on the that's what we're seeing on the Euro USD. So price now creating price, we have to wait. Price should, at least if it creates more demand areas around this region here, where we'll just see some longing opportunities to the upside, it will be of massive trade. It will be a very massive trade idea on the Euro USD. So generally, I have at the back of my hand there, or the back of my palm rather, that I want to see some pullbacks in this market. I would love to see some pullbacks in the market. This will help me on the long-term basis and having an insight on what I really want to have here in Euro USD. So market pulling back to the upside. Market pulling back to this upside like this would be of massive importance, because we have to balance the market. Has to have some balance for a continuation to the desired buyers or desired direction. So that's on the Euro USD. So we have completed our technical analysis on the watch list we are having this current week. So we know, what we have, we know that the market, the world right now is in for financial breakdown, because we see the stock market trading and going lower every day, and the dollar soaring up. Why? Because of inflation. So no option down to high rates, and having stocks, indices, and crypto do very bad this year. So now we have this. What should we just be looking? We should just wait and wait to see pullbacks in the market, where we could just have a continuation to the downside until the market changes sentiment. So that's that on today's video. I wish you all a successful and a profitable trading week ahead. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you enjoyed this content, it's going to help me go a very long way. And see you in the next.